smile on the inside, you're feeling happy about life. If you got a frown down on the inside there, you're poking your tongue out at God or something like that because you're not happy with him. Are you angry on the inside? Are you fearful on the inside? What is it going on the inside of your life? Because that's going to manifest in your circumstances. So to get blessed in your soul, so you can say, it's well with my soul. I'm a happy person. I'm good. I'm okay down in here. That's a beautiful feeling. That's like hitting the jackpot of life, because most people don't have that. Most people have dis-peace, have oceans of worry, are drowning in fear, down on the inside, insecure thoughts. What do they think about me? But to have calm, to have blessing down on the inside of you, that's something that only Jesus can give you. Okay, so let me say this to you. The secret to blessing is to actually be a blessing. If you live to bless other people, you're going to find yourself getting enriched. If God can get it through you, he will get it to you. If he can get whatever he puts in your life through you, so it's not just about me, I'm wanting to follow my star, I'm wanting to get famous, I want to write the best novel in Australia, I want to be an actor, I want to have a business, I want to make a lot of money. All of that is a dead-end street. Even if you achieve all that, you will be empty on the inside. You won't have the smile on the inside. The secret to being a blessing is to actually think, how can I benefit other people? The greatest thing you'll do in this life is to reach out to somebody else beyond your own world and start to bless them. In fact, you will find a lot of your problems will be swallowed up. The minute you start to let a river flow through you, it'll just flush them out. I read a story about a guy called Sadhu Sundar Singh. He's an Indian. He died at the age of 33. He really wanted to be like Jesus Christ, and he was very glad that he got killed, martyred at the age of 33, dying for Jesus. This guy always walked barefoot around India, preaching the gospel, go from village to village. And he would experience a supernatural thing when he'd go into a village. There are 600 dialects in the nation of India, and he would find himself speaking in the local dialect, like a supernatural gift of tongues, speaking to these people the gospel of Jesus. One day, he is ascending in the snow, barefoot, a mountain, and he's traveling with a companion who's another religious guy, but not a Christian. And he comes to this guy who's dying on the side of the road. He's freezing to death. And the other person says, oh, well, the will of God be done. In his view, just let the will of God be done. And he walked off. Sadhu Sundar Singh knew what Jesus told him to do. And he leaned down and picked the guy up and put him over his shoulder and started carrying him. The guy's shivering. But it's a lot of effort for Sadhu to put this in. So he's climbing up the hill, and his friend goes right off. His companion goes way off into the distance. About half an hour later, in the blizzard, in the snow, in the freezing cold, he comes across this other person who had said, the will of God be done. And he's lying on the side of the road, dead, frozen to death. Carrying a man made Sadhu work a little harder, but that made him feel a lot warmer. And he kept himself alive and the guy he was carrying alive. When you decide you're going to live not just for yourself, but you're going to live for other people and carry them, you're going to find yourself being a blessed person in this life. No doubt about it. Being a blessed person means you're going to actually be a blessing to the people around your world. Now, we come down, I keep turning this thing off, I'm sorry. Just got to see my face and yeah, whatever. Yeah, it's me. Come on. All right, you want me to? All right, yeah. First signs of something, talking to your phone. Romans 8:29. For whom he foreknew, he also predestined to be conformed to the image of his Son, that he might be the firstborn among many brethren. When I hear people say, I want to be more like Jesus, or you hear a preacher saying, God wants to form Christ in you, What does that mean? Well, let me tell you, at the top of the list, it is that you lay down your life for other people. It's not to develop a certain personality. It's not even to have a personal culture. It's actually to start living out beyond yourself and do for others what you would like them to do for you. Jesus says, he says, listen, I didn't come into this world for me. I've come here for others. Imagine if you started to live for your parents. That's a shocking thought, isn't it? Golly, what did you mean by that? The Bible says honor your parents. Are they embarrassed about you or are they proud of you? That's a whole new way of thinking, right? Because nobody thinks like, well, they're here for me, aren't they? No. We're here to honor them. How about your friends? Are they better off because you're in their life? Or would it be better if you were not in their life? Because of the influence you have on them. Because this will change your life. If you want to be a blessing, if you want to be the blessing of God to other people, and to be blessed is to be a blessing. So when people say it's so wonderful having them in my life, every time I'm with them, I feel encouraged, I'm built up, I'm boosted. It's such a pleasure. They're predictable. I know I'm going to get blessed when I see them. And instead of sitting here feeling sorry for yourself, start feeling sorry for somebody else. Stop saying, oh, I've been attacked on Facebook. Think about somebody else who's got attacked on Facebook and ring them up and say, how you doing? Recently, a person asked me to get involved in another guy's life who was upset with them. They said, you need to get involved and get them right. I said, why don't you write them a note and congratulate them? He said, why would I do that? I said, that's me getting involved. You want me involved? I'm involved. I've just told you, get over yourself and do something. But I don't want to have to do anything. I want you to go and make them do something that just fixes it. But that's not how life works. Write them a note. Say congratulations. Say something nice to them. Change your heart towards them. Be a blessing towards them. And you'll find it will soften the entire world around their life. If I could get you to think, how can I be a blessing and not just try to get blessed, but actually take that blessing and put it in other people's lives, how am I going to make that happen? Well, I'm glad you asked, because I want to talk to you about